Before I begin today's Church of Tomorrow Morning, relearning world history, I have a word from our sponsor. Ancient Kemet, a phrase that they use to signify the kingdom of God is within you. A message from Griot 1. I was told by my father years ago about the 30-day revolving cycle of paying bills. The lesson is that after every 30 days, if you don't have the money to pay for food, clothing, shelter, then you should go to the nearest store, grab a shopping cart for your belongings, and find you a spot on the street to camp out. Miss any bill after 30 days, which will lead to 60 days or 90 days, and then the sheriff is knocking on your door, evicting you. Everything you owned and worked for will be taken from you in the blink of an eye. The system, these people, pay you to pay them. And every time you get some money, you pay them. Remember, people, you got 30 days. No matter what you call yourself, no matter where you work, you haven't been smart enough, and that's the majority of us, no matter what color you are, to get from under the 30-day cycle. Now, getting back to world history, we always calling something, by its current name. And that's because you've been conquered. So the conqueror renames you so that he can take everything from you. There's a statement that someone told me once, and this reminds me so much of black people and people of color. You know how they train elephants in the circus? They tie them to put a chain around one leg, and they keep them like that for years probably, and they train them, okay? So that when they take the chains off them, like they took the chains off of slaves, it didn't matter. They weren't gonna go anywhere. They didn't have nowhere else to go. They got so used to being chained up and being where they were, they could not grow mentally, physically, psychologically, spiritually. Kemet is the term ancient Egyptians used as the official name of their country, which is called Black Land, in reference to the fertile banks and fields surrounding the Nile. Kemet orthodoxy is a modern practice of religious tradition of ancient Egypt, known to its own people as Kemet. And that was before colonization. And now we hear that we have geo-colonization, but how much or how different is that from apartheid? Or better yet, how different is that from slavery? How different is that from 3/5 of a human being in white supremacy? Most of y'all, it's sad. I had to go back to school when I was later in life because I just couldn't understand that for a person not to want to grow, you really been colonized. And colonization is the process by which a central system of power dominates a surrounding territory and its people, often through the establishment of settlements and exploitation of resources, which also involves the migration of settlers to a new area. So that did not just happen in Africa. The worst of it in America, they say, but Brazil, South America, all of these places, this is what happened, okay? And the strategic and exploitation of colonization, where the dominant power extracts resources from the colonized area without significant settlement or permanent occupation, but it is solely used to keep that settlement in a poor standing and always subservient to that powerhouse. And they strategically colonize you by establishing military bases or territories for strategic purposes. The motivation for all of these things I'm talking about is economic gain. And who in this world has the economic and political and military power? Don't answer that. I tell you, it also includes the spread of cultural and religious beliefs. Now, most of you get mad when I talk about certain things when it comes down to the church. You have been bamboozled and you believe that everything that comes out of the church is for your welfare. It's for your good. But why would somebody colonize you, enslave you, rape you, and do all those things and then turn around and help you? No thanks. I'm all right. So, neocolonization is nothing more than slavery coming back a second time and getting what they didn't get the first time. We have to relearn history, and we need to start by going back to ancient times. History did not start in 1400s or 1500s, and it did not start with Europeans. Oh my goodness.
Europeans come to this continent, literally ethnically cleanse the indigenous population out of existence, kill them on a scale that has hardly been equaled, and refer to them as savages. That's an achievement. Who's the savage? The first time I encountered this was in a little town in Massachusetts called Deerfield. It's a reconstruction of what that little town looked like in colonial America. And in front of each house is a plaque that explains something about this house. And then description. On the 18th of October of 1702, the savages attacked. The first time I saw this, the savages. You come in here, destroy everything these people have, and they are the savages.